lost and tired of eating grubs, insects, or nothing? Don't despair. Finding a babbling brook with fish may solve your hunger. Not all creeks have fish, and many dry up in the fall. Even though a brook looks promising, if it's an intermediate stream, it cannot support fish. The first step is to check the creek out and see if there are any fish in it. Walking along the bank is enough to spook the fish out of their hiding places and spot it. Note, most fish return to their favorite areas when they feel safe. There are 4 ways to catch fish: by fishing pole, by spear, by hand, by trap. Making a fishing pole is easy if you have the right stuff. The first step is to find a long straight branch or a small willow tree that can be turned into a functioning fishing pole. After finding a straight stem, strip all the leaves. Next, tie a line at the base of the stick. Then string the twine along the pole to the end and tie another knot. Be sure to leave 2 or 3 feet to dangle in the water. The reason for the knot at the base of the pole is if a miracle happens and the fisherman catches a fish, and if the pole breaks, he can grab the line to haul in his lunch. Next, make the hook out of wire or something. Note, there are no barbs on a homemade hook. Be sure the hook is small enough to catch small fish. To make a sinker, tie small rocks on the line. After you have the rod, line, sinker, and hook, the next step is to find some bait, such as worms and small insects. But any shiny object, like tinfoil, will become a makeshift lure if you cannot find any bait. Fish are attracted to bright and reflective things. As you fish, be sure to keep your shadow behind you so the fish are not afraid to come out and feed. Realistically, the odds of catching a fish with a homemade line and hook are slim. I have heard stories of people catching fish on jerry-rigged poles, so it is possible. The second method we will explore is catching fish by hand. Catching fish by hand is called noodling for whatever reason. I have done noodling by putting my hand in the undercuts of creek and river banks, feeling for fish and grabbing them. It is fun to do, but in a life and death situation, probably not. The problem is that one has to get wet to noodle, and the waters in the Rocky Mountains are cold. Becoming wet is a great way to go into hypothermia and die. I would not recommend noodling. If noodling is not your thing and you have given up on pole fishing, you could make a trident and try spear fishing. First, find a long, straight branch about your height. Next, strip the leaves and make a 3-pronged fork. Be sure to fire hard in your tips so your point has strength to hold the fish. Find a quiet place to stand by the water. Make sure the water is clear enough to see fish. Water bends light, so judging where the fish is can be tricky. Thanks to light refraction, the fish is deeper than you think. For this reason, aim a little in front of the fish and try to pin it to the bottom. Next, grab the fish and have it for supper. The last method is to build a fish trap. Fish are not bright, but capturing them takes work and time. One quick and easy fish trap to make is cutting off the top of the plastic bottle and inverting the cutoff end into the bottle. Before inserting the bottle into the water, put rocks in it to weigh it down. The fish swim into the bottle, and with the narrow neck, they cannot figure out how to swim out. Thus, the fish are trapped and can be gathered for a meal. The next fish trap takes more work, but can capture bigger fish than the bottle trap. The first step is to make a barrier in a V shape with an open mouth. The fish do not notice the channel is narrowing and become trapped where they can be scooped up. The last device for capturing fish I will cover is the Wicker Basket trap. This trap is the most time-consuming to make, but if you're truly lost, all you have is time. Weave sticks and twine together to create a funnel basket. About halfway down, weave sticks to make a narrow hole to trap the fish after they swim in. All these traps work by funneling fish into a confined space. After trapping the fish, they can be easily gathered up and eaten. Using bait to entice the fish to enter these traps works best. But in my experience, fish can be herded into the traps by walking along the bank. After capturing your fish, gut and cook them. Warning, never eat fish raw. Freshwater fish have many parasites that need a human host. I hope this video gives you a good strategy on how to catch fish. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Until next time, bye.